I have a lot of empties this month, and I almost broke my work budget this month by buying several things. Let's talk about it. Hi everybody. It's time for my March recap check-in. If I sound a little hoarse today, it's because I was at the Muse concert last night and I sang my guts out. I am here to recap March for my no-buy year. If this is your first time here, my name is Cindy, and I am on a year-long no-buy of planner stationery products, beauty and skincare products, and delivery food products. No, delivery food items. Delivery food moments. If you'd like to know more about the kind of specific parameters that I set, I will leave my playlist down below with all of my no-buy year videos. March was very much a month of ups and downs for me. It's Denver. The weather has been all over the place. Just this past week, we had a day that was almost 70 degrees outside and an 11-degree snowy morning. There's really no way to predict what's happening with our weather right now. I'm just kind of rolling with it. On top of that, my home dialysis life has been very roller coastery. We just wrapped our second full month of doing it at home, and there have been some definite highs and some definite lows, and we're still really trying to learn how to cope with them. I'm hoping we're over the hump of the worst of it, but only time is going to tell. As a result of dialysis being up and down, other things in our family life being up and down, work being up and down, the weather being up and down, my brain has been very up and down, and it feels very in shambles right now, which has really ramped up the coping mechanism of online shopping. Now, as you're going to see, when it comes to everything that's not my work budget, for the most part, I have stuck to my no-buy. That's a spoiler for what mostly stuck. You'll hear about it. But the point being is that just the act of shopping and looking at stuff, aimlessly shopping, is something I do to kind of shut my brain off when I am really stressed, and I've been hella stressed this month, and I have fallen right back into that habit. So we're going to talk about that some more as I go through the categories and the ways I'm hoping to redirect some of this coping mechanism, because I recognize I need to cope, but I should find a better way to do that than aimlessly online shopping. I'll also add, I think I might need to add in a month or two of no home purchases, because that's kind of gone a little extreme. Well, maybe not extreme, a little more than I want to. So stay tuned. That may not be this next month, but it may be coming soon. Let's jump into the categories. We'll talk about each of those, the empties, etc., etc., and then at the very end, we'll talk about my work budget. So first, let's start with planners and stationery stuff. This is where a lot of my coping, online shopping, and online browsing has really come into play, and it happens a lot when I'm on dialysis. I talked about it this last month, but I was able to kind of stop until I started getting really stressed out, and then it just became like my go-to when I was really just frazzled and all over the place. And when I'm in the chair especially, I have nothing else I can really be doing. Plants vs. Zombies isn't doing it for me anymore, and I'm done working. It's the shopping that I go to. Now, I've also had a really great month in terms of using stuff up, which we'll talk about when I get to the empties in a minute, but I've just found myself looking at pens, looking at stationery. The Go Wild stuff has kind of moved out of the ecosphere now, and it's just more releases, and a lot of it's spring and color palettes I really love, and I'm just like, yay! And then I'm like, wait, no! It's been a lot. On top of that, I came very close to hitting the edge of my work budget, which we'll talk about at the end, buying things that I'm very glad to have purchased, but I found that it was becoming more of a quagmire than I was hoping for it to be this month. I thought I was on the other side of some of it, and it turns out I was at the precipice. So I have a couple of coping mechanisms for specifically online shopping when it comes to planner stuff, especially if I'm in the dialysis chair. The big thing I've noticed is I don't shop when I'm on the iPad. When I'm on my iPad, I'm either playing Plants vs. Zombies, or I'm watching a show, or I am working. When I shop, it's on my phone. And so what I will do if I catch myself shopping is to keep my Kindle next to me and not do the Kindle app on my phone, because that makes it real easy to just gateway into shopping again, but the actual Kindle, and just setting it next to me and making the switch. I have the kind that's easy to flip with one hand. I just haven't moved it over there because Jesse borrowed it for something recently and I just haven't retrieved it from him. But I'm currently reading two books, The Indifferent Stars Above, which is a Donner Party nonfiction book, and then Daisy Jones and the Six, because I just finished the show and I really liked it. So I have two books to dig into that I'm enjoying. dig into a book. If I am catching myself shopping on my phone and I am not in the dialysis chair, what I will try to redirect to is going for a short walk. I need to get outside more, so that would, and I could take my phone with me because I don't browse when I'm walking. It kind of makes me motion sick. I get motion sick so easily. I listen to podcasts or to YouTube videos or to music when I walk. I do not listen to audiobooks, generally speaking, because I don't really pay attention to them, and rather than like peacefully zoning out, I get kind of frustrated zoned out. Maybe one day, but I'm not there yet. I'm gonna try and implement those this month and just see if I can catch myself. I don't want to block myself from seeing the shopping apps because I'm really trying to like learn how to live my life with being able to shop, just not doing it as a coping mechanism. So I'm trying to introduce ways to redirect rather than just completely deleting them off of my phone. Let's go through the empties because like I said, I did go through, well, at least more than I have so far. This is the first time I've had more than just one or two things in here. So first and foremost, let's look at some sticker sheets because I have, well, actually, let's not look at sticker sheets first because the only thing in here that's not sticker sheets is one of the little refills for my Pilot Metropolitan fountain pen that I've been using in my work planner. I just used up one of these little inks, so look at that. The rest is all Chrissy Ann Designs sticker sheets. Now, most of this, the majority of this is from a full kit that I did in a plan with me. I was able to condense down what was left. So a good chunk of these are from that kit. And this is the last full kit from Chrissy Ann Designs that I have for the whole year. So I'm not gonna have a month like this, I don't think. Again, I also used up the last of just a standard sticker sheet from Chrissy Ann Designs, and I used up the one of those thing with the squares that go along the bottom. So I have used up, how many sticker sheets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total sheets of stickers. Not bad, I say. Not bad at all. Now let's talk about beauty, skincare, etc. I had the same problem that I had with planner stuff this last month in terms of using shopping as a coping mechanism. However, what I found was, unlike with the planner and stationery stuff where I was basically just everything that came in my way, I would browse, I would go to my favorite websites and browse, I was just wandering around jet pens and browsing. With beauty, it was much more specific. Brands that I really love had some really gorgeous releases in this last month, and I really just, I wanted them. I wanted them. I didn't need them, but I wanted them. I didn't buy them, but you bet your ass I looked at them. I think this is a little bit more healthy than the planner and stationery browsing because I was looking at specific things, loving on them, and then not buying them, as opposed to aimlessly browsing. I don't feel some type of way about that. Does that make sense? I'm still not really loving browsing like that hard on things, but like wanting things that much, but I still didn't buy them. So in that sense, I feel like that was a win. The two brands specifically that I can bring up were Lisa Eldridge and Rare Beauty. If you've looked at my makeup collection video that I posted back in December, I've got a lot of both of those. So I didn't buy any though. I didn't buy any. The other thing that kind of led me down that path was that Sunny needed me to get some things for them online, and that sent me down a couple more rabbit holes that I didn't really need to go down, but that's not something that happens all the time. I do notice that if I aimlessly browse beauty stuff, it almost, while planner and stationery shit and housewares tend to happen in the dialysis chair, beauty shit seems to happen at night when I'm in bed. So my way of coping with that, of trying to redirect, instead of deleting Sephora and Ulta off of my phone, is to just remove my phone from my evening ritual as I start to develop it. So that's going to be high on my list of priorities this quarter as I work on that. Much like planner and stationery shit, I have hella empties this month. And actually there's a couple more that I don't have here because I'm running out of them like now in the first couple days of April. But a lot of this is stuff you've seen before, but we're just going to go through it really quick to tell you what I ran out of and what I am replacing it with. My Aveeno body wash, it's empty. Replaced it with the exact same one because I have found that this stress relief lavender body wash does not dry my skin out the way a lot of others do with the Denver air and everything else. This soothes and keeps my psoriasis from flaring. It's a gentle body wash and the lavender scent is really great. 3 Minute Miracle Curls. I swapped this for one of the other 3 Minute Miracles from Aussie. It's cheap and I like it as a deep conditioner. I just bought a different one. I bought the one in the squeezy tube instead of the one with the pump because that's what they had at Target. I used this Neutrogena Micellar Cleansing Jelly to try this out to take my makeup off at night, and I found that I liked it. It worked well, but it tasted nasty and I could not keep it out of my mouth. So this month I replaced this with the e.l.f. Cleansing Balm, which has been a long time favorite of mine. For now, I'm kind of wanting to try something else. I'm sort of in this, like, I'm wanting to try the balms and the oils and the jellies, not the like makeup remover. And I'm on the lookout for one that works well and is not super expensive, because I tend to go through a lot of it. So I'm still in that process. Currently the e.l.f., and you'll see that definitely on the empties, because the one issue I have with the e.l.f. is I run out of it in like 5 minutes. One of my most expensive skincare products is my toner. This is the Elemis Soothing Apricot Toner. I love Elemis toners. They are very pricey, but they're just one of my favorite things. And I can't quit it. So I ran out of this and I just bought the hydrating ginseng toner, because I've just noticed as we're moving into the second half of Denver spring winter, my skin is getting even drier. So I thought the hydrating one might be a little bit more helpful than the soothing one. I ran out of each of my moisturizers and just replaced them with the exact same ones. My daytime moisturizer is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel, and my nighttime moisturizer is the Olay Regenerist Night Recovery Cream, fragrance free. Both of these work really well on my very combination skin. They don't break me out. And I find that the water gel is really great during the day under makeup, and that the nighttime cream, it leaves your skin a little kind of not greasy, but there is like a sheen to it after you use it, but it really absorbs in over the course of the night, and it helps with my dry patches, which was never something I had to deal with till I moved here. Also kidney failure kind of added that in. Ran out of my Urban Decay All-Nighter travel size, and I decided instead of buying the big one of these, I wanted to see if I could find something that was cheaper. And so currently I am using there's an e.l.f. spray. e.l.f. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of fucking spray. It's green. I will pop a picture of it up here. But yeah, Urban Decay All-Nighter. Ran out of that. Replaced it with another setting spray. I ran out of my Necessaire deodorant gel. Another one of my pricey items. And I just replaced it with the same one because it's working just fine for me. And then finally, of all of these things, one that I ran out of and I'm replacing with something from my stash to use up, and that is my Kiehl's Ultimate Strength Hand Salve. I love this hand cream, and I definitely want to go back to this once I've gone through my stash, but since we're starting to move towards the springtime, I figured I can try my stash. If it winds up that my hands start cracking or having problems, I might just buy this again. But currently I have like 85 hand creams to go through, so I need to do that first. I'm using the Neutrogena, no wait, I think it's the Vaseline Cocoa Butter Cream currently, and it's working okay. Not as good as this though. My last category is food delivery. I did break it once this past month. Jesse and I were going out on a date. He was going to order food for the kids, but his phone wasn't working, like something about the app wasn't working, so I wound up doing it. I know it's kind of a cheese to have Jesse do it. If he wants to, then not have me do it, but to be fair, we were ordering deliveries so much that just doing it once over the course of the month for something like this, I don't feel bad about it. I feel like I'm making really good progress. I'm still going to continue to try not to order delivery, but I'm not really feeling guilty about it. I feel like our habits are starting to shift. We're either cooking more, making more lunches at home, or if we want to go out, we go and we get takeout or we go out. So trying to reduce eating out, like going out, that's also going to be on our list, but currently we're focusing on just overdoing it. We have seen a marked shift towards not door dashing, so I'm feeling good about that, even if I did make one delivery this past month. All right, now that we've talked about all the categories, let's go into my work budget for the month. Like I said, I almost blew it. I didn't completely blow it. It wasn't as close to 100 as like, $99, but it was still a lot closer than I've gotten lately. To set the stage, I give myself $100 every month for work, to buy things, to review for the channel and whatnot, because if I just say I'm buying things for work, then I will find myself buying things that I don't need for work, but I'm justifying it that way. So this is my kind of way to bring back some of that spending while still leaving open room for doing things like reviews. First and foremost, I bought some new mild liners. Now, I had not seen really anybody talking much about these colors online, but Sunny found them. I bought two sets of each for both me and Sunny, and we just split the bill between our own money. So I wound up spending, because they were on sale, I wound up spending $16 $6.80. That was my half of the bill plus shipping. I will be doing a review on these colors in the next video, so stay tuned for that. The second thing I bought was a Rocket book with some friction pens. Now, I've had friction pens before, but I've gotten rid of them because I don't really like them. However, with the Rocket book, they really recommend friction pens. I got one of the Rocket book planners and the friction pens, and I will be doing a review on that probably next month. This was a request from one of my patrons. It's a reusable notebook, and I think it sounds fascinating. I've also seen them in Target now, so could be pretty cool. So that total, that was $57.64 for the planner and for the pens. And then the final thing I bought was a small set of pocket-sized notebooks that I bought for doing my gratitude practice at night because I didn't have any notebooks that were small enough that could fit in my bedside stand to go with this evening gratitude practice my therapist wants me to start. They're a very inexpensive set. I will probably review them in a vlog. Figured I'd take it out of my work budget because they are really inexpensive little notebooks, and I just thought it would be fun to show a cute little option. And they are just $7.37. So my total for the month that I have left from the $100, which will not roll over, is $18.19. So I came 20 bucks. It's not, maybe it was clickbait, I don't know. But like, to me, that was very close because I haven't gotten anywhere near this close the last few months. So, well, a couple of months. I've only done this is my third month. Whatever, we'll see what happens in April. So anyway, look out for those videos and or vlogs. And I still do have to talk about my new paintbrush in one of my vlogs coming up soon. My patrons have seen it. I haven't talked about it yet in a video. So I need to make sure to do that in April. Otherwise, I have fucked myself. So we'll find out then. Anyway, now that we have talked about my whole no buy month and how I'm feeling about it, which is very much some positive, some negative, but I feel like I have a good solid action plan for moving forward. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Are you doing a no buy? And if you are, how is it going? Do you have any tips for shopping or stopping yourself from shopping? I'd love to hear all about it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, friends, peace.